Hi there, this is Ruby Quinn. I was wanting to show you how to bring up your image and how to put it into Photoshop. Some of us are more advanced than others, so forgive this if you are more advanced, but I wanted to take it from the very beginning for some of us that are just now working with Photoshop. So when I go into Photoshop, I'm bringing it up here. You're going to find something close to this, and as the opening window, and here in the upper left hand corner it says new file, so that's what I want. It'll ask you to choose the size you would like. Mine is 11 by 17. There's many different ways that you choose sizes, whether you're working with an image for the web, for art, mobile, film and video. So we're doing it as a poster, so I have mine in my recents 11 by 17. You can also choose it from over here on the right. You can just size it up yourself. You can put it in 11 by 17, and then you make sure and click inches because you can choose others, but inches is our way to go, and we are creating. So here is your blank canvas. So the easiest way I do is, because it is very friendly as far as dragging and dropping things. So when I go into my computer, I look up the image that I would like to put onto my canvas, and I will find that it's right here. And so I'm going to drag and drop it in. So you see it's not covering the entire canvas. So I'm just going to stretch it out over here to where it is covering it and even just a little bit past it. Then I go over here, see I'm pushing the crop button, crop tool. Here it is, and it cropped it into 11 by 17. So there is the image that I wanted to work on before I put in all the information. The reason I enjoyed this particular piece of art is that I can put all the information here where the sky and the clouds are, because if I had just put it, if I put it in over the boy and over this dock or over the trees, it's going to get really muddy and nobody can read it from that far away. So sometimes it's tricky to find a piece of art in order to make it to where it's easily readable. And that is a huge objective that you need to take into consideration. So I'm going to show you in a second one how I got to this image, because whether you hate AI or not, there are some easy shortcuts that's created for us, and I'm going to show you one. Now, when you want to save it, you can save it a couple of ways, of course, as PDF or JPEG. If you want to save it in its Photoshop form and when you go into Illustrator, they both read each other's files easily. So if I was to hit just File Save, you could just save it as a PSD because Adobe Illustrator will read it. But if you just like it there and you want to make sure that everybody that's working on it can use it, JPEG is usually the fastest way to do it. It is not the most print friendly sometimes, but how I save it, I usually save it in its original form. But for this class, you can export it, or you can, let me think, what is the other way of doing it? Or if you're going to save it as a JPEG, you save a copy, that's how it likes it, and then you go over and see where it says Format, go into JPEG. And then I titled it Boy on Dock Tutorial. And then I'm saved. It asks for the quality. I'm always a fan of maximum if your computer will allow it. And there I am. So now I've saved it, and I can pull it up later next week when we get into fonts. I'll pull that up in order to show you. I'm going to do a second tutorial to kind of show you how to use AI in Photoshop in order to make it more poster friendly. All right, thank you very much.